Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Golden Girls Coffee Klatch. I have my lovely assistants here with me, Cleo, also known as Dorothy, um, Judy, uh, what is it,
Cousin.
Rose's cousin? Judy the cousin. And Marina is not
Be the
here
cousin.
tonight. She is feeling sick. So she's home in bed where she belongs. And so hello to everybody. Um, just to let y'all know, we do have some upcoming information that kind of came out today. Electiontruthalliance.org has filed some lawsuits. They also got a report back on the Tennessee election that just happened, and they definitely found the Russian tail and things. The math ain't mathing on that. So it looks like there may be a recount being put into effect. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But they are a nonprofit organization. Gladly will take any donations you're willing to make, whether they be a one time donation, a monthly donation, or if you would like to donate your time. They are always looking for help, especially for people who know how to do analysis and data programming and all that fun, brainy stuff. And so they're always asking for help. And then their equivalent out on the West Coast is smartelections.us. Um, they were the ones who filed the lawsuit for Rockland. And I know that lawsuit fell apart. I can't remember right now for the life of me why, but they're still working on other things. I know that they are also a nonprofit. So, again, any donations that you can make is greatly appreciated. Um, they and they have some of their people and some of Election Truth Alliance's people will go on podcasts together and talk about what they're doing and whatnot. So they're not like competitors. They actually work together, which is a good thing to see. And okay, I think that's about it. Otter Spirit, if you want a bracelet, their new December stuff is getting ready to come out. They got a December winter pack. It's like all white and clear bracelets. I'm waiting for mine to come in. It's like really pretty. and so if you're interested in that, you can go and the link is in the description box below. There's Andrew Nikki Skincare, which I love and I use. And they just had a new product come out. They've got the infrared red light facial masks now that you can put on, and it's like several different settings, and it's supposed to help rejuvenate your skin cells. Andrew's sending me one, so as soon as I get it, I will start using it, and we'll see how it works. Right? They seem to be popular because now I see them all over Instagram and Facebook and everywhere else. So and then there is, of course, our very own Jules, who is always in the chats when she can. And she has her own Etsy shop. She makes her own jewelry, which is really, really pretty. And if you want to go Christmas shopping, that's a good place to start, right? Because why give it to Amazon? Go to a little home business Etsy store. And all right, did I get everybody? I got everybody. Okay, that's it. Now, let's get this show on the road, shall we? If y'all spot anything in the chat that you want us to read on, say the word. If y'all have a question, please put it in all caps so I can see it. Uh, And
You mentioned this stuff in Tennessee. Isn't that the one where the Republican won and the GOP is all upset because it was kind of a tight race?
yeah,
Now are you saying that the voting might have been
yep, exactly. Same exact one. Trump won uh, that
that
district or
state?
wherever it was,
Oh,
that
okay,
state,
district.
by like 22 points.
Yeah.
And this election, the guy won by like 4 points. So
Oh.
that's a major drop for the Republicans as far as people voting that way. And from what I heard, uh, Nathaniel talking about, he had posted something yesterday, day before yesterday. Uh, Evidently, they're getting really, like I said, the math ain't mathing. Evidently, as what happened
Missing
in
thing.
2024, they had, once the vote count got to a certain level, suddenly all the results started like going whack-a-mole in the opposite directions. And there were a
Hmm.
couple of areas where it appeared that there were more votes than registered voters.
Oh.
So
Uh-oh.
we're
Oops.
talking, yeah,
Oops.
yeah, whoopsie.
And
Um,
others that were missing. And just like with Pennsylvania, it's like some
yeah,
areas there's more, and others mysterious they're missing, and others that like it's just not exactly what you said. The math ain't mathin'.
yeah,
So
the
yeah.
math ain't mathing. So
Yep.
and it looks like they may get their request for all of the raw data so they can start running it through their stuff. What they've done so far, just from information gathered, talking to people, blah, 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 is showing a definite, uh, the math ain't mathin' kind of thing. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But something that was pointed out today that I saw this morning, and I hadn't really thought about it until this person brought it out. And I'm trying to remember now who it was talking about it. Um, the Republican guy won, and within like a 24-hour period of him winning, and the Republicans trying to talk about this big, wonderful thing, the Democrats did a document dump of Epstein stuff so that the general conversation immediately flipped right back over to Epstein. And it's like the Republicans didn't get a chance to crow about winning this at all before it was all coming right back out in their faces again. So
Well,
um,
now I hear that a lot of Republicans are getting ready to walk away from the House.
there's
They're
talk
just
of
Mm-hmm.
50 Republicans
A
that are
lot of
getting ready
retirements
to
getting ready
resign.
to happen.
Well, and
wow.
there are
Mm-hmm.
several that are talking about just resigning. They're not even going to wait to finish out their term. They've
Yeah.
they've had enough, which means
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be a lot more special elections happening, and which means that
Mm-hmm.
what a lot of us have been seeing for a while now, we may actually have control of the House before midterms even gets here. Wouldn't that be nice?
Well,
Uh,
and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I keep hearing that too. And then the things about what the Republicans are going through right now, I totally predicted a year
yes,
ago.
you did.
Thought I was talking about something totally different. Didn't see that this was the way it was going to go, and that it was happening a year from the time I said it. But it was just all this discourse amongst the Republicans, infighting, just not things just not working out for them. Yahoo! Isn't that a shame that
Yep.
they that
Yeah,
they should
who's
have
right?
that they should have such a problem as this? I just darn it all.
And
Well, I
And
think they're
we
starting
were talking about.
to realize. Oh, go ahead.
I was just going to say they were talking about Hakeem Jeffries then about that he would be stepping in, and we've heard bits and pieces of that, especially this year. And I think that's what will happen. I can't wait. When that happens, everything falls apart. But I'm talking about the Trump administration. But things could fall apart before that anyway,
Yeah,
without
well,
all this
and
other stuff.
to bring up Hakeem Jeffries, that was one of the points I was also going to bring up, is that there have been a lot of the left wing pundits who have been very upset, stating that Hakeem Jeffries said that there would not be any impeachments done if they take back control of the House. So I've heard back and forth on this. So I went and watched the clip that they were talking about. And that's not what he said. He was asked about doing impeachments. And what he said was, we're going to follow the law and we're going to see where everything takes us as we go into this. And so he didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He wasn't jumping the gun. He was just like, once we're back in control, everything's going into under the microscope to look at, and then we'll go from there. And so that I would rather have someone who would rather do it that way than someone who's just wanting to willy-nilly let's impeach, or doing like the GOP is doing right now of we need to arrest all of the Democrats. It's like,
Yeah, that makes a
yeah,
lot of
that's the right
sense.
answer, right?
Yeah.
It's driving me crazy.
Well, I think they're starting to be less and less afraid of F-45 also. They're realizing that his power is waning, and he's absolutely losing it. Like he cannot stay awake through anything. He's slurring. He doesn't have complete sentences. His eyes are just like this the whole time, even when he's supposedly awake and alert. I mean, he's limping. He is like this shy of, the other side of the dirt. And I don't know why the man is still breathing, but they're realizing that he is terminal, whether or not they're telling them that or not. And his power will go with him. And so they're less afraid of him, I think. And so they're just going to retire because they're like, well, we can't get reelected if he's not in charge of whatever magic he does. And I think they're just dogging out the Republican. And MTG is only waiting until the date she gave. I think it's 2 days after her pension goes into effect, and then she's going. So
yeah. And there's been a couple of other Republicans that are saying they're going to do exactly what she did.
Yeah.
So it's like they're hanging in long enough to get that pension. Must be nice to get a lifetime pension for standing up and not working for a whole year.
Right? Yeah.
And you get your health care covered for the rest of your life. So it's like,
right. Yeah.
Okay.
And they're talking about Mike Johnson just totally lost control of the whole house. He doesn't know what the hell to do.
He never had control.
He thinks he did, but now he has nothing going on, and he's just like, what a fool. When he told everybody go home for 2 months, what an idiot. I mean, all of them, all the Republicans, what the hell? What were they thinking?
He was doing what Trump told him. That's all.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. I mean, he has been, his nose has been so far up the orange crack that his face is orange when he backs away. So, and it's like, that's just really sad when you think about it.
Isn't it, though? Really? It's pathetic.
And if anybody
Park is brilliant.
Out of anyone you could maybe shove your face into that crack, why would you pick that one? Because it's not going to smell nice. Or
God.
Let's just not go any further with that one. My mind just went a really wrong area. Ew, that's all I could think of.
Ew.
Exactly. Gotta flip out the fan. I got a big fan that's like all tarot cards that Gerald Tarot Stash has, and I had to get
Oh,
one.
really? Oh, fun.
Wait, let me see. Where is it at? Yeah, it's down here. It's probably full of dust, but there you go. It's
Oh, I love that. That's
yeah,
great.
huge. It's all tarot cards. So
I
I
love
don't
it.
use it that much because it was expensive to buy and I had to get it on Etsy. And it's like, I don't want to have to replace it because it costs too damn much money. And stuff. I think it was
As
like
long as there's no
35.
tower on it, we're cool.
Um, let's see. The sun, the world, the fool, death, the lovers, judgment, magician, empress, wheel of fortune, high priestess. No tower, but the death card is
Collection.
there. So,
So I
and
just
That's
wanted to
new
ask one of
beginning.
I wanted to ask one of the chatters here, Erin, that said she's going to run for president. Are you talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene? If she runs for president, please, no way in hell would that woman ever get in the Oval Office. Please,
no, not even.
I think she
Hi,
wants
Jackie.
to. I don't know that she'll get very far though. But I think she wants to. But I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
well,
Well,
she
as y'all
might
can
try.
see,
She
the
might try
lovely
for. I've
Jackie
heard.
is in the chat tonight, and she's going to be my guest this Saturday night on the Slumber Party
Oh,
as
cool.
my
Woohoo!
co-host. So, yeah,
Jackie's fun.
yeah.
But
Anyway,
yes,
I was
I
going
have
to.
heard that Marjorie Taylor Greene might run for a Senate. And somebody said governor, and everybody went, "No, she's not. That's not
Yeah,
going to
no, I
happen."
think she's got her eye on one of the Senate seats that's
Yeah.
coming up, but she would have to run against Reverend Warnock or John Ossoff, and they're both very popular. So I don't see her winning against either of them.
But I think
Um,
she's made a point when she's stepping down and bringing up why she's stepping down because she is just disgusted with the way things are going, and then also to have Trump call her a traitor. That was so stupid of him. Because she's the one woman that supports him. But yeah, they're just
I like Aaron Calzada says, when will Kanks be? I guess he means with his mama and papa and Ivana. Like they're going to want him there.
Not soon enough.
Ain't that the truth?
He's already overdue.
I'm just hoping though that he doesn't cash in. I hope he doesn't take the big dirt nap so that we can at least see him how he's going to respond to the illegalities that he's been faced with that he tries to ignore and he gets away with because he's president. But at some point he's got to I want him to have to answer for what he's done. And by the way, speaking of tariffs, I just love it that a bunch of big, huge companies across the country are getting ready to sue the government over tariffs. And one of those is Costco. That's the only one I heard right
Costco
up.
is the leader of the band. Yeah,
Yes.
they were the
And I
first one
thought,
out to sue.
hey, Costco's a very upstanding business. And if they're following through with something like this, they have got their ducks in a row. And
Yeah.
it will come down to let's see what the Supreme Court says about what Trump can and can't do. And if they go off kilter and go ahead and say that Trump can do this, there's going to be some problem. There's going to be a big, big problem because that means that the court is not upholding the law. So, but
Exactly. Well, they've not been
The
upholding the law
well,
for a while, but
right. But this thing is critical. And so what does Trump do? He starts threatening the court that if the court doesn't go along with him, the country's going to fall to pieces or whatever. But, in the meantime, Trump's talking about how the economy is doing and how, all the money they're making on tariffs. They're making money off of us on tariffs, not some countries. Those countries are adding that to their price of goods. What were you going to say,
So I
Kim?
read I read an article about the Costco thing explaining that. So they're suing F-45 for the tariff revenue because we supposedly have all of this revenue. And originally, the revenue is supposed to go to the companies so to reimburse the companies for their cost of having to pay tariffs. So Costco wants to get back the money it was forced to spend due to the tariffs. They're also standing up to him regarding the DEI policies. So they're suing that the executive orders authorizing them are unlawful, that they should have been authorized by Congress, not executive orders. It goes into the IEPA stuff. But in 2 weeks, when this happened, when they filed, they said in 2 weeks, December 15th, Customs and Border Control begins the liquidation process of the tariff money. So they start spending it however they want because there are no guidelines in place because Congress didn't establish that. It was just done by executive order. So Costco wants their share before it liquidates and the money's gone. So, and they realize that the money is going to be gone. They recognize that there are other lawsuits that have been filed, but they've been like class action lawsuits. However, those don't specifically speak to Costco. So Costco wants their specific money. That's why they filed a separate lawsuit. So they want it to take place before it liquidates on the 15th.
And so they're basically saying we want our money because the tariffs were illegal.
And they were promised that. So yes, they're saying we're not getting what we were promised. And the way this all went down was illegal. And you're going to be liquidating on the 15th. And we're not going to be getting what we're promised. This is going to ensure that we get what we're promised. We want our money. That's what they're saying.
I can't wait for the 15th. And I can't wait to see what the Supreme Court says.
Oh, well, the Supreme Court today just gave Texas back their gerrymandered map. I don't know if you heard that.
Yeah, I did. I vaguely saw a brief blurb about that, and I just thought, well, whatever. What a lot of stuff was happening in California in conflict with what Texas is doing, kind of even things out. Texas gets more Republicans, and California end up getting more Democrats. So hopefully it'll.
Except the California one was done legally by vote. The Texas one was not. And there's a bunch of, it was done racially, which is illegal, which is why I went to the Supreme Court. And Supreme Court's like, oh, you can have it back. The lower courts reversed it, and then the Supreme Court gave it back to them. Of course.
Yeah, what in the world is going on there? I mean, it just.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at y'all. My brother stopped to tell me something funny that made me laugh. He just got home, so.
But yeah, I remember now the thing about Texas not. They didn't actually have a vote. Is that what you were saying?
No. Yeah, they just
California
redrew maps racially, which is illegal, to give them hopefully up to 5 extra seats.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so then you had Newsom, who responded by putting it on the ballot special election to the Californians. It's up to you to allow us to redraw for this one time so that we can at least match or beat those 5 seats. And the people in California resoundingly voted yes for Prop 50. And then Texas turned around and wanted to sue California for letting their voters decide what they're going to do with their districting and their ballots. And it's like, dude, it's like the disconnect there is just astronomically unbelievable, that they were going to do it just because the president said, hey, I need 5 more seats. Do your thing. And the response to that was, well, we're going to put a ballot up for y'all to vote on so that we can match that and counteract it. And oh my God, you would think it's the end of the world, according to Trump and the Texas GOP. which I think is
Well, because
hilarious.
Trump keeps when it doesn't go his way, then of course the country is going to fall to pieces. Blah blah blah. No, it's what he's doing. The country is going to fall to pieces. The economy is going to go down, and so and he keeps saying we're doing better and better, and he's lying. Well, surprise! It's a surprise. Trump is
What
lying
universe are
about
you
something.
in?
Yeah, that's exactly so. And Aunt B
What?
here, it says that I have a feeling Texas gerrymandering is going to backfire and go blue. That's a pipe dream. I think I would love for that to happen, but again, we're talking about Texas. Texas is kind of like its own planet. They're just they're different.
Very true.
So,
But I remember when Ann Richards was the governor of Texas. I lived there at the time,
oh,
and she was an awesome, kick-ass Democratic governor who didn't put up with any BS. I mean, she was just
but
awesome.
that's been a while, right?
Yeah.
Now it's
Yeah.
this other guy that is just
W took over after her. So, yeah. So it's
And then
been
it
a
went
while.
down.
Exactly. And she had Texas was
Mhm.
like new businesses were coming in, wages were going up. I mean, she did so much stuff for the state that benefited everybody in the state. And then W got in and it all went down the toilet. And it's just been going down, down, down
That's
ever
because
since.
he caters to the oil barons. It's all
Yeah,
about money. It doesn't matter. The
exactly.
people don't matter. Republicans are all about the money and the donors. Until we get the donors out of politics and we get the lobbyists out of politics, we're hosed.
Yeah, yeah. We got to get the money out. Real quick, Jason, thank you for the gifted membership and Untangled Treasures. Awesome. You're the one that got awarded that gifted membership. Please send me your email address to swampvoices@gmail.com. And if your name on your email is different than your channel name, put them both together in the email so I know who you are. That way, when I start emailing for our members meeting and our live stream coming up this month, I'll be able to email you. You don't have to sit and wait for it to show up on my community tab to see it. So, okay, back to business. I just wanted to say a big thank you to Jason for that. He and Edward are always gifting memberships out to people. Um, yeah, Aunt B, that's what Cleo was just saying. And I've thrown cards on that a couple of times, and depending on the day, depends on what direction the cards go. So I think it's because everything is so up in the air when it comes to Texas, and I think that
well, and then Aunt B says here that Texas has more Democrats than Republicans. Plus, they are seeing so much damage from deportation, job loss, and Hot Wheels. I feel the people are tired of the GOP. I didn't know they had more Democrats than
yes,
Republicans in Texas.
yes, uh, according to the
They
paperwork,
do.
they
They're
do.
a purple state.
Oh, they're a purple state.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, but
they're a purple state.
unfortunately, their
But they're
district has
so
been
heavily
gerrymandered.
gerrymandered that it goes red, and that's the problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's
Mhm.
they've been so gerrymandered for so long that um, it pretty much null and voids the few Democrats who do get into office, and so it's the same thing here. I mean, God forbid we had our census, we redid our maps here in Louisiana, and it created a second black district around the New Orleans area, which would have given us another representative that would have been a Democrat. And oh my holy mother of God, you thought somebody was wanting to chop off the Pope's head or something
Oh
because
God.
people freaked out down here. We can't have that. God forbid we have a second black district in a state that's predominantly black. Go figure. So it just, it just doesn't make any, it, the way that they're able to gaslight the voters into literally voting against their own best interest. Just like when they made us a um, what do they call it now? Where it's practically impossible to get a union in the state. Um,
Oh, right to
so
work state.
right to work state. Thank you. I couldn't think of the words. Um, and I remember when that was going on and people being thoroughly confused about which way to vote because they didn't understand what the bill was saying. It sounded really good, right to work. Well, of course, we want to vote for the right to work. What they didn't realize is that actually was a right to fire you on the spot with no backup, no nothing. Employers can just you're out and that's it. Um, so
Well,
it,
speaking of people being out, this is a little bit different subject, but uh, Pete Hedgehog, as I quote from Linda G, what in the world are they doing? And now they've got that admiral or somebody coming in saying, "Oh no, 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 no! I was the one that decided to bomb the ship." Well, then why, or the boat? Then why in the world did Hedgehog say, "Kill them all"? And then he's trying to say, and so's Trump. He never said that. He never. Where did that come? Did that just come out of thin air? Somebody said, "Oh, I thought he said that." No, he said that. He said that clearly. And then
Well,
it turns around until what they did was against the rules of war or whatever. And at first of
against the
all,
Geneva Convention. Yeah.
yeah, and it's just
mhm,
so horrible that they're just blowing these guys out of the water. Like this one woman said, that was my husband. He's a fisherman.
mhm,
He's not a
mhm.
drug dealer. He wasn't sending drugs to anywhere. He was trying to make a living. And then the two guys that got blown out of the boat, they're trying to save their own lives by hopping on, trying to grab a hold of a boat that's on fire to save their own lives. And so
Yeah.
this admiral, who supposedly Hedgehog didn't have anything to do with, he said he walked away. He didn't get to see that happening. How
But from
convenient.
what I understand, there's
What?
audio of headset saying take them out.
Yes.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, he
so
admitted
that
on
goes against the
Fox.
Geneva
So he
Convention
totally
that you
admitted it.
cannot
That's why
fire
I was
on
bragging about
unarmed
it.
combatants. So
He
um,
admitted it on
You
Fox.
can't, and we're not at war. That's the thing. When you're not at war, for also Congress has to declare whether or not we go to war. So throw that out. But we're
Yeah.
not at war. So that is a complete violation of everything. But we're not a part of the ICC. We got out. Bush took us out of that. Bush and Cheney took us out of the ICC. So we don't, because we didn't want to have to be held accountable for what was going on then. And we haven't been a part of it since. So the only ones that can hold us accountable may be the United Nations if they decide to do, crimes against humanity, basically, or our own Congress. Well, right now it's Republican controlled, so that's not likely. But
well,
because they're not at war, there is no spontaneous decision that's allowed. Every single decision that happens has to be approved all the way up the line. They can roll that all the way downhill and make that admiral, throw that admiral under the bus and promise him that, oh, we'll pardon you or whatever they want to do to him. But the reality is permission was granted all the way up to Trump. That's how it works. You're not at war. You can't say it was a fog of war because they follow orders, which is also why the Democrats put out that PSA of follow legal orders, do not follow illegal orders. That was their, pardon
well,
the
that's
phrase,
in the
shot across the
military code
bow,
of ethics.
as we're going to
That's in
start
the
pulling out these charges. And if you follow illegal orders, you're going to start getting charged.
well, it is actually when you swear into the military, you
Mhm.
you swear to part of your
Uphold
oath
the
is that
Constitution.
you will
Yeah, uphold the
not
Constitution.
follow illegal orders. It is your job to not follow
Correct.
illegal orders and to call it out. And that's part of the oath that you take. And that
Yes.
the PSA that Senator Kelly and several of the others put together was they actually read word for word the exact clause in the military code of ethics that every person in the military has to follow. They didn't gloss it over and they didn't add anything or they didn't try to twist anything. They read it word for word exactly what that clause says in the military code of ethics. And so that's why, like Mark Kelly and them aren't sweating it because they're like, hey, all we did
We
was
did nothing
read
wrong.
what it says. Nobody made anything up, and nobody said anything about disobeying legal orders because little Miss Blondie Levitt, that their little lying. I swear to God, I've never seen anybody that can lie as well as she can, Carolyn Levitt.
Have you met
But
Donald Trump?
I was just gonna say
oh,
that.
yeah,
Like
you,
F-45.
you know when he's lying because he's got tells. She it just rolls right off like just water off
They're
a
all
duck's
the same. They're always
You
and
the
know,
same.
and Aaron
she
over
was for
here
two
again.
days after that came out. She was going on and on about and them telling people to disobey legal orders. And at least, thank God, there were reporters that were pushing back on that, saying actually they said illegal orders. You might
Right.
want to watch the video.
Duh. You know, Aaron over here says, I'm actually afraid that our Supreme Court will lead us right into fascism. Now, let's go back in time. Let's go back 6, 8 months ago. And we realized suddenly we're just shocked because we realized no matter what Trump does, the Supreme Court supports his cause. He gets away with murder. Well, and he actually can. They've given him the right to do any damn thing he wants, and they can't do anything to him. So, you know, the Supreme Court and the fascism have been going hand in hand for quite a while. This thing with the Supreme Court is freaking other
Yeah, it's not
politicians
new.
out. You know, they're not there. Somebody is, well, and I think they're all kind of working towards this. The Supreme Court people are going to be removed next
Yeah,
year sometime
most
because,
likely impeached too.
yeah, impeached because they have got to, they, unless, well, and again, we'll get back to how the Supreme Court is going to decide whether tariffs are legal or not and see which way they go with Trump on that. If they go Trump's way, okay.
When they pulled that shit out that he was immune,
Yeah.
it was at that point I think most of us
It
said,
was all
okay,
over.
we are totally royally effed at this point
Mm-hmm.
because they're gonna do. And the thing of it is unless they recant that law and go back on it, whoever the next president that comes in, hey, they're immune too. And there may be things that they decide we just need to take care of this nonsense and be done with it and get a fresh court in there and start all over.
Exactly. Exactly.
Um,
I see that happening one day. I do see that happening.
yes, I see them bringing the court up to 13 because we have 13 districts. Originally, the court was designed for one Supreme Court justice for each district in the country, and the last time they added to it, that's all we had were 9 districts. Now we have 13 districts, so it's time to bring that up. But we don't want to do that when the Republicans are in charge because God help us, we would never get out from under what's going on.
Well, and you
But
see Trump actually threatening the judges on the Supreme Court by
yeah,
saying stuff like, if you don't do it my way, well, the whole country's in trouble and you're going to have to answer for it. And like, I'm thinking, oh, no, 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 no. This just can't be, but it is. But it is. I just never
Just
thought in my
blackmail on
lifetime.
everyone.
Yeah, I just
Just
never thought that would really happen. That he would have such control over everything. Well, he's the dictator, And so he
And
tells them
He's
what they want.
when
he's had
Kamala
blackmail on
Harris,
everybody
when
he
she
actually came
started
out about.
on her tour,
Yes.
when she started on
Yes.
her tour for her new book, the first um talk show host, whatever, that she went on was with Jimmy Kimmel. And he was, trying to get her to say if she was going to run again or this or that or the other. And he was like, well, you predicted everything that's happened. And she said, almost. She said, the only thing that I got wrong was I didn't expect everybody on the right to just roll over
Yeah, really.
and give up. I didn't expect the
I
courts to
did.
just roll over and give up. She says, a lot of other people did. She says, but I never saw that happening. I thought that there were enough honorable people still in positions of leadership that would hold the line. She
Well,
said, and
follow the
that's,
rule of law. That's all they had to
yeah,
do is follow the rule of law. And so, yeah, I can see
Money
where exactly.
yeah,
Isn't that
yeah.
disgusting? You know?
I
and
like what
power.
Patrick put. Is it really gaslighting, what I was saying a few minutes ago, or more like keep them hungry, poor, and uneducated? That's exactly what it is.
Oh, yeah.
That's why they've made
Well, it
education so
all of it.
expensive.
You
It's
gaslight them to make them happy about being hungry and poor.
yeah,
That way they don't fight back.
especially down here, because down here the key phrase is, well, you may be poor and hungry, but at least you're not black. Horrors.
Except most
There's
of
Whoa.
your
black
residents
people over
are.
there that, you know, and the thing with it is, you're both the same. It doesn't matter what color you are. You're both out of work, hungry, and can't,
And
take
everybody
care of
bleeds
your
red.
kids. So it's like eventually somebody needs to wake the hell up and smell coffee. Um,
Well, I
so
mean,
it's
and the thing, like, we just went through this thing about people couldn't get their food stamps. They couldn't buy food because Trump was God, he was just so adamant. No, you're not going to do that. You're not going to hand that money out. And then remember that went through a court thing, and then we had like an hour or two in between uh, one thing that one judge said and one thing another judge said. And then in between time, at least our state and a few others went ahead and said, oh, okay, so that means they can get the money. So they got the money out and everybody started getting their money. And then Trump had a fit and said, oh, no, 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 take it back, take it back. Can't do that. I mean, this is just, he's trying to manipulate it because it scares the hell out of people. You can't eat yourself, or you can't feed your kids. You can't feed
there
your
are still
family.
people who believe that they're going to get that $2,000 check from Doge.
And $2,000 is
Doge is
just
non-existent. Whatever money was there is gone.
Right,
It
exactly. All
disappeared.
that money they supposedly saved disappeared into somebody's pocket. It wasn't ours, that's for damn sure.
building a
Um,
big, beautiful ballroom. Is that what the money's doing? How asinine is that with all this other stuff that's going on? And he tears down the east wing of the White House to build a ballroom and
ooh,
claims that
it's hot in here.
everybody wants a ballroom. I had never in my life heard anybody, any president, any politician go, God, we need a ballroom out there in the
Thing of it
White
is this new
Well, and
ballroom
he's
that he's
threatening to get
creating
rid of
is
the
bigger
pool
than the White House.
and build a bridge.
He's
He wants
threatening
to
to get
build
rid
a
of what?
bridge between the Lincoln Memorial over and get rid of the pool.
Yeah. Now
What?
there's talk about they
Why?
want to,
Why? Why?
so
What
he
good
can
is
Because
destroy
he
it.
wants his name on everything. The bridge is supposed to look like, you know how the bridge, like they have over in the Middle East and stuff. They always have these arches with the
Yeah.
leader in the center of the arch. That's what he wants. He wants to be the dictator, and that's his arch to the world of Trump.
Yes, exactly. And the thing of it is that um, people have to remember his main goal is to destroy as much stuff as he can that has any resemblance of American democracy. That's his main goal. Is we got to tear it down, destroy it. I guarantee you, they start trying to drain the reflecting pool, and the next thing on their list is going to be, well, we need to get rid of the Lincoln Memorial, and we need to get rid of the George Washington sphere. Well, I don't know, maybe not. That's a long, tall, phallic object. He'd probably just rename it Trump.
They just redid that.
Phallic object.
Definitely going to have to get rid of the Martin Luther King museum and statue and everything. It's truly horrific.
Yes, it is. It is truly horrific.
I mean, they have destroyed the Kennedy Center and everything that the Kennedy Center stands for.
Did you hear what he called that when he was at whatever latest international conference he was at? He started calling it the Trump Kennedy Center. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I mean the Kennedy Center. My mistake. I put Trump into it.
Well, of course he did.
I mean, he was so, well, of course. I know, but he talks about it like, oh, and then he laughed and, oh, oops. Oh, he's so garish and horrible.
Well, Arthur, ease your mind. I happened to catch something that he said. He said that by February of 2026, that Trump would be gone. And how does can anybody read on that? And
he's been seeing, I'll pull some cards on it, but I know Arthur and I've talked about it a lot, but he's been seeing for about a year now.
Yeah.
Of seeing Trump handcuffed to a gurney as they haul his ass out.
I'd love to see that.
I'm like, I'm all for that. Yeah, let's go. And then somebody else said that they saw him handcuffed to a wheelchair being wheeled out. I'm like, if the rate he's going, they're going to need a freaking in-loader dump truck to haul his ass out of there, because he has like tripled his size since his first term. I mean, he's like triple the size he was then. And that's before you get to all the swelling and everything that's going on with all of his stuff. Let me mute for a minute.
Okay, so we're going to try, you guys are going to do some readings and try to find out what the cards have to say about it. I'm not a card reader.
Yeah, I just had to mute for a minute because the guys are talking in the other room, and I didn't want it to bleed over.
Well, how rude of them.
You'd think they lived here too, huh? I don't have the pleasure of shutting the doors.
Oh yeah, and while you guys are doing your cards, somebody just said
curtains, but they're not soundproof, so you know.
They just said that he fired the architects. That's right. He wants to get a new architect for the big old ballroom. I mean,
as it is now, it's already twice the size of the White House. And the damage that they're doing structurally to the White House with all this crap that they're doing, it's like, I don't know if anyone will ever be able to live in it again at this point. Personally, I think they should just turn it into a museum and let the first family live in a just a nice house somewhere or something, or build them a house or something for them to live in, you know. Wait, that's something. All right. Strategic pivot, course correction. And then I got harmful exposure. All that asbestos they found in the East Wing when they ripped it down. And then we got new ideas with possibilities. So hopefully that'll be a good thing.
Yeah. So what do you get from all that? Did you see him leaving in February?
I think it's going to be closer to Christmas time myself, but
of this year.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I love that.
I've been having the same vision since about February. I keep seeing the White House all decorated up for Christmas, all pretty. So you know Melania didn't do it. Um, and it
Whatever
doesn't look
doubles
like,
did.
yeah. And the snow softly falling, and the place is like empty. There are no people there. No first family, no administration, no nothing. Nobody's there. It's an empty house. Now, what that can be interpreted to mean could be several different interpretations to that, but I've always just gotten the feeling that he's completely out of the picture. I don't know if he's, or if he's
Right.
just in the rubber room somewhere with a big
Or if he's just running and hiding from something. So,
that
Judy,
wonder.
what did you get?
Kind of a mixed bag, to be honest. So I've got King of Wands. So he's got, a lot of grand plans, and he wants to try to orchestrate everything and thinks he knows how to do it. I mean, he thinks he's the smartest person to ever live. That IQ test he takes, which is not an IQ test, which is really hard. When a dementia test is hard, it's not supposed to be hard. Right. That should tell you something. It's not an IQ test.
But he had a perfect MRI.
Yeah, and doesn't know why he had it,
or what part of the body got scanned.
What part of the body got scanned? Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead with your reading.
I don't know. Yeah, anyway, he thinks he's got it all figured out. He thinks he has the plans. He thinks everybody else is just stupid and can't do what he can do. He thinks he's the only one that can do what he can do. So he's, we know he has control issues. But I don't think, like, his grand plan, I think he's been getting medical treatment that the rest of us would never get. Otherwise, he would have been gone a long time ago. But I don't think his grand plans are going to go how he thinks they'll go. He thinks he's the grand master plan. But really, the universe is like, that's nice, son, sit down. And, I mean, he can only last so long. He's terminal. So, I mean, I thought he was going to die several months ago. To be honest, I'm shocked that he's still on this side of the dirt. So as far as that goes, but it was interesting because I'm like, I pulled some oracle decks out of my Halloween deck, and I got Eternal Love, so he can join Ivana and his parents
and his mama
where they belong. And then I got the Underworld, where all things pause and begin again. His life review is not going to be pretty. And then I got Ancestors. So to answer your question, when is he going to join his family? The family of eternal love. And is it going to be in February or thereabouts? I would even say. I mean, yeah, he does not have a lot of time left. He's looking to join his ancestors in the underworld and eternal love.
Wow. Great.
And
reading.
I just had a news thing pop up on my thing that says Speaker Mike Johnson is now facing a growing mutiny from his Republican colleagues.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they have to blame somebody, so they're just going to blame him. They wouldn't want to blame Trump.
Well, he's to blame for a lot of crap, but yeah, I mean.
Well, yeah, but he was just following Trump's rules. Trump is always going to have a fall guy, always. So,
and
but yeah,
that's. I mean, it's. I want him gone so bad. God forgive me. I really do. But at the same time, I don't want him gone because I want him to face the consequences.
Yeah, I don't want him to die. I don't want him to die, but I want him gone.
But even if he's gone, not gone, but just gone, and finally faces consequences, I don't know if he's going to be cognizant enough to realize that he's
He's never,
facing
I don't think he's ever going to see
consequences.
court.
I mean,
I just don't.
he's now, every time he gets in front of a camera, they're on standby to pull the plug, because he'll one or two sentences on topic, and then he's like, ooh, he's way off in the weeds
He
somewhere.
can't
Yeah,
stay
yeah.
awake. And he can't
Yeah,
stand
yeah,
for very
he
long. And he
stays
can't
awake.
walk
Yeah,
anywhere
yeah.
without swerving and slurring and drooling. And I mean, the man is a disaster. I mean, the whole Sleepy Joe thing at this point, you know, you got dozing Don now. I mean,
Definitely,
where's the
definitely.
scrutiny that they gave Joe? You know, F-45 is leagues worse than Joe ever was. And where's the scrutiny on that? You know, but we know this. We know that. It's so
Yeah,
frustrating
I
though.
mean, and it's, I guess the biggest thing that really just puzzles me is how many people still look at him and think that he's on target. He's speaking the truth. It's like he can't even say a whole sentence coherently, much less speak the
It
truth.
is, you know, I know what you're talking about,
Mhm.
Cherry. It's diminishing. That is why all these
Yeah,
Republicans are saying they're not gonna stick
Yes.
around because,
Yeah.
yeah, they've tried to and they've been threatened. They have been, you know, they have kissed ass just to stay in the position they're in, and they can't live with it anymore. They just can't do it. So,
well,
uh,
and now they have their own people turning against them, saying, "What the hell?" And, where you got clinics shutting down, and I lost my Medicaid,
Mm-hmm.
and
yeah,
I lost my food stamps because red
Lost
states
my
are the biggest
job.
takers. Lost my
yeah, the
job. Yeah.
job.
The red states depend on the blue states in order to function, because so many people in the red
Mm-hmm.
states are on life support
Food stamp.
services, because they still pay $7.25 an hour where I live. That's minimum wage. It's like, you show me where in the entire country you can survive on $7.25 an hour with a spouse and kids and a mortgage or rent and insurance and food and gas for your car, and it's
But
like,
you know,
it's not.
in the Seattle area, they've raised the minimum wage what, $15 to $20 an hour. The problem with that
Same
is
here.
it's getting hard for the businesses to stay in business when they got to pay that much money for like waiters
Yes.
and clerks and stuff like that. So, I mean, it was a great idea. I wish they would have paid more attention to Bernie Sanders when he said, let's get this to $15 an hour, and then kind of left it there. But don't, it's gone way beyond that in the Seattle area. So,
Well, and for
you know,
so many years, like when Clinton was in office and then when Obama was in office, they were slowly raising the minimum wage every year, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more, bringing it up closer and closer and closer to, at that time's standard of living. But you had W and all them come in, and they just cut that off right away. And so everything else has gone up, but wages. And,
well, yeah, and the wages
you
have
know,
to go up, but it's getting a little bit.
but
Let's say
again,
it's
Well,
your first job, and you're going to be making $20 an hour. I don't. That seems a little steep to me. By the way, before we
here's the
go,
flip side though. Here's the
okay,
flip side though, is that for example, my youngest son makes $20 an hour and still lives with me because to find an apartment, he needs to make 3 times the rent. And for a 1-bedroom apartment, it's $2,000 a month. Tell me
wow,
any 20 or 30 something outside of, mid to level to higher level executive that's making
yeah,
$6,000. I'm not making $6,000 a month, and I'm
yeah.
55. I'm not making that. How is he going to make that?
No,
And
no,
that's what you qualify for a 1-bedroom apartment. Are you kidding me? So no,
Yeah.
we need to tax the wealthy and bring this stuff down and help subsidize our schools and our healthcare and make it so that, I mean, I bring home 56% of my check after insurance and after taxes and everything else. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
I would rather be in Finland. Fine, take the extra 6% and have everything paid for, so I know I can retire, or get
Exactly.
sick.
That's what I
Wow.
mean, if they really want to do, because now you hear people talking about, oh, with AI and all these robots are coming in, and well, people are going to be even more poor because none of them are going to be able to work. It's like, yeah, in a way, you're
Yeah.
right. It's going to take over a lot of the menial labor jobs. But if there was a universal income where everybody makes a basic income, and so it's enough to
And tax the
pay their
wealthy.
rent and buy their food and, whatever, it's enough to survive on a basic income. And if their health care is paid for, so they're not putting out anywhere from 1/3 to 2/3 of their paycheck just paying for a premium and
Mm-hmm.
copays and medications. If you raise your taxes, say 6 to 10%, and then you cover all of that and everybody is taken care of, then
Fine.
those that do work are going to be doing things that they want to do or building their own businesses or whatnot. And if you have your upper elite actually start paying their fair share of taxes, all of this stuff could be done. It's
Well,
like,
and also, but now with the tariffs and stuff, everything's gone up. So no
yeah.
matter how much you make, it costs more to live. By the day, it costs a lot more to live. So,
Yes.
Trump is doing his
Yep.
all to create a third world country out of the United States of America. So, and
Oh,
I
that's
so
been the goal for years. I mean,
yeah,
for decades. I
yeah,
mean, that's that's Putin's pipe dream right there, is to bring us
exactly.
down until we are the lowest of the low. I mean, this crap with the boats and bombing, shooting down people that aren't even been proven to be drug runners or anything. I mean,
We're
England,
fishermen.
our oldest and longest um, ally that we've had in the world since we kicked their ass in the Revolutionary War, and then we became best buds. They like pulled all of their intelligence. They're like, yeah, no, we're not giving you anything
Yeah.
because we can't trust you. We can't trust
All
you.
the countries have.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, um,
Wow. So anyway,
it's
we're getting into an hour and
oh,
three
we're at
minutes.
an hour and 3 minutes, so
And
we got
I
128
did
people
want
in
to
the room.
mention a little commercial break here for Aaron, who said he's a total fan of polyterology. I want to let you know polyterology will be here tomorrow at 4:30 with Colleen the Cool Crone and me and Mel and I think Sherry.
And me, yep,
Yeah. So
yep.
be sure and catch that. It's
First
at it,
Friday of the month is the gang on
yeah, and it used to be at
polyterology.
4 o'clock. Now it's at 4:30. So we will be
Pacific
there.
time. Yeah, so
Pacific time. Excuse me.
yeah.
Yes.
You have people freaking out going 4:30. Oh my God, she changed her time.
Sorry. No, it's Pacific time.
um, yeah, it'll be you, me, Colleen, and Mel is going to join us
Yeah.
because he loves to do that. And I will literally be like, hours up. Okay, bye. I gotta go because I got to get across town to a concert I'm going to. So I'm
Oh,
Oh,
going. I'm going to see my guy Julian. So looking forward to that. And which means my brother has to drive me across town to go drop me off, and then I'll ride home with my son because he'll already be there. He works there, so I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I mean, that's that's very true. Aunt B. Russia said they would take America down without firing a shot. They said that a good 50 years ago, and damn it, that's not
you're
the
right.
absolute truth. Yeah, it's it's like it bothers me the amount of people that don't see it. I think that's what bothers me more than anything else,
That's
is
troubling.
the amount of people that don't see what he's doing to us, or the
Mhm.
damage that he's creating worldwide with our allies, or the fact that he's undercut our farmers and our ranchers to the point that the majority of them are going to
Who
lose their
voted for him?
farms, who all voted for him, yeah, and
Mhm.
they're all on the
That's
verge
a
of losing their
FAFO.
farms because with the tariff and all that crap, he's cut everybody to the point that other countries are like, you know what? We don't have to deal with you. We'll go make deals with other countries. And that's exactly
Mhm.
what has happened. I mean, and so even when we do get a Democrat back in the office and start repairing the damage, it's going to be decades before anybody's going to sign any kind of trade deal with us again because of the damage that they have done. And
Oh
so
yeah, it's gonna take some time, but
it's,
it is going to work out. It just
yeah,
takes some time.
yeah, exactly. It will get better, but it's going to get a whole lot worse first. So just hang in
Well,
there,
and I think
support
we're
each
right in the
other. And
middle of the whole lot worst right now. I mean,
yeah,
it
it
just
feels
keeps
like the
escalating.
pendulum is starting to swing back the other way. And
Just a little tiny bit, yes. But
yeah, yeah,
if anybody's right about the timing of something happening before Christmas, well, that's just a few weeks away. So, and I hope that works
exactly,
out. But otherwise, we'll go
exactly.
into February and see if Arthur's correct about his timing. I mean, for me, I quit trying to find timing on this. It's
Yeah, I
just
don't do
too.
timing very well. I mean, I've had that one vision that I've had repeatedly, and I just feel like it means this Christmas. I could be wrong. Could be next Christmas because there's no date that flashes neon with the vision that I have.
With the
It's
video.
like watching a
It,
video when it
it
hits me.
is.
It's like a video's playing in my head. So I can only go with what they show me, and I can very easily misinterpret what it is I'm seeing. So, or just not seeing the whole picture to interpret it correctly. So, well, guys, it's been an hour and 8 minutes. Thank you, ladies, for being here tonight. This has been a fun conversation.
Thank you.
We've kind of leapfrogged all over the place, so it's been kind of
I like it when that happens.
yes, I do too. And a lot
I
of
do
people
too.
keeping up in the chat and all of their stuff. We've got several people in chat who've all got prayer requests up and out. Please skim back through the chat and read up on those and hold all of those folks up in prayer. Um, and just keep on loving each other, hang on to the good things, and keep that faith and that hope alive. It's going to get better. It's going to get worse first, but it's going to get better. So hang in there. Um, Cleo, anything coming up for you other than polyterology tomorrow night?
Well, on Monday I've got the Mystic Four, and then
Okay.
that's another once a month thing, and that's more personal readings. We don't do a lot of politics anymore on the Mystic Four, or maybe we never did. But yeah, that's what I've got going on. How about you,
Judy,
Judy?
what
You got
about
anything
you?
going on?
I got too much stuff to talk about.
I
Judy,
got
you
some
go.
things we're still trying to nail down dates, but nothing I can announce right now. But just booking. I have a few more spaces left for personal readings. If anybody wants any, pop me an email. We can get those in before the end of the year. And also a great gift giving. So if you want to buy readings for other people, you can do that too.
Well,
Yay!
I'm running a Christmas special on personal readings. All personal readings are 25% off between now and January 4th, because January 5th prices go up. Not by a lot, but by a little bit. And so I'm trying to keep up with the cost of living. And prices are going to go up a little bit. But in for December, I'm running a Christmas special, 25% off personal readings. So just email me at swampvoices@gmail.com. Polyterology tomorrow night. I've got several things over the weekend with the slumber party Saturday night and draining the swamp on Monday night with Arthur and Mel. So that'll be a lot of fun. And y'all be sure and go to everyone's channel and like, subscribe, and share. Subscribing is free. Please, please, please go and subscribe. And after the show is over, come back in and leave a comment, at least 7 characters long, because something about the magic number of 7, you leave 7 characters, whether if it's letters or emojis or whatever, and it clicks something on the algorithm. Also, YouTube has been on a purging spree again. So go in and check your subscriptions and make sure you're still subscribed to the people you want to be subscribed to, because they will go through every couple of months, and they say they don't do it, but they do. And they just purge people who were subbed,
Wow.
I don't understand their algorithm for it, but there you go. So it's best to just keep up with it yourself. And y'all have a great night. Thanks for joining us. And
Yeah.
we'll be back in 2
Thank
weeks.
you.
And I believe Marina will be hosting. And hopefully she's better by then.
Oh yeah, she'll be better.
And she's been fighting this cold for a while now. I think she's like a lot of us, are just hanging on and hanging on. Y'all have a great weekend coming up. I've got 2 weeks left of work and then 2 weeks off for Christmas. Yay!
Yay.
Woohoo.
It's the only job I've ever had where I actually get Christmas off. It's
Wow.
fantastic. And I get 2 whole weeks off, so that's even better. So yeah, y'all have a good one. Good night for now.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace out.